he'd like to have that pass back. Moves inside. They score! Moves it quickly over to Chen. They score! What a goal!
Gave up the rebound, and he jumped right on it to get that secondary opportunity, guys. That's his crease pass and superstar ability. He came up big there.
Chen's playoff production is so impressive. Among the best in the league in goals here in this playoff season. Everybody likes to think of themselves as a little bit of a clutch performer. If you score at this time of the year, you are that. Quick pass, he scores! This is a different level here. You get into your first playoff, and you're able to get on the board. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to be able to start to change the momentum of this tight game. Back to the point it goes. Pass is straight to the cross. Score!
Still you love me. I tell you 1 and 1 makes 3. Oh, I'm the
Here he is in front. Scores! That's 3 unanswered now. Oh, there seems to be no way to stop them.
I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Good evening from Long Island. This is Lawrence Cohan coming to you live from the Andrew Sturgiopolis Ice Rink in Great Neck, New York. Thank you for joining us tonight for a very special edition of Long Island Bruins hockey as we honor our dear friend and teammate George Chen in his farewell game in an international goodwill matchup between Team Canada and your 2022 Stanley Cup champion Long Island Bruins. And the centers are ready for the face-off now. Puck is dropped, and we are underway. We have a very exciting matchup for you tonight. Fresh off their Stanley Cup victory in Winnipeg on Friday night, the Bruins are back in Great Neck for their final game of the season. In this farewell game for our dear friend George, we figured that the perfect opponent would be Team Canada. Arguably and accurately, probably the best hockey team on the planet. The greatest NHL All-Stars from Canada assembled on the same team. And George and I have always felt that if you're going to consider yourself the best, then that means you have to beat the best. So I can think of no more worthy opponent to say goodbye to George. George now actually has the puck and passes it along to Lucas. Our dear friend George passed away suddenly in his sleep on May 4th. Very, very sad for everybody who knew him. And of course our hearts and our thoughts and deepest condolences go out to his loved ones and his family at this time. George was a great friend, and he loved being a part of this team. He loved watching the games, and he always wanted to know more about his teammates, and he didn't just want to know about them, but he wanted to meet them. Of course, that's just the kind of guy he was. He was friends with everybody. He loved everybody, and upon meeting someone, he would be friends with them within minutes. He's just a dear, dear friend, and I figured that the best way to honor him, since he loved being a part of this team, would be to give him my place in the lineup for our final game. He is starting right wing on the first line, and he is captain of the team tonight as I take the night off and call his final game from the broadcast booth. So over the course of this game, we'll talk about George, remember him fondly, and as he always wanted, we'll learn a little bit about his teammates. So for starters, the Long Island Bruins are based on the Great Neck Bruins, the team that I used to play for in high school. The Great Neck Bruins are one of the oldest members of the LIAHL. The Bruins were formed in 1968 So they predate even the New York Islanders of the NHL. And as our team is based on the Great Neck Bruins, we honor their history, their heritage, and their legacy. And you'll find that many of the players on the Long Island Bruins are indeed from Long Island and still live here. And Canada's on a breakaway. Shot saved, Harrison. And some of those players played on the Great Neck Bruins. And still other players are from other parts of the country and even other countries around the world. As Price holds the puck and forces a stoppage of play. And now the Larson line is out there. Dan Larson gets ready to take the faceoff with Richard Mickelson's on his left wing and Toby Fenton on the right. Canada has the puck and works it into the neutral zone and into the Bruin zone. Shot on net. Harrison catches it and forces a stoppage of play. And now the centers are ready for the face-off. Canada wins it. Shot on net. Saved Harrison. And the Bruins work it out of the zone. You'll notice in your lower right-hand corner our mascot, Grizzly. Save Harrison. We'll talk about him in a moment. Canada has a puck. Moves towards the net, but blocked. They pass it around. Shot. That gets broken up. Another shot. Harrison saves it, but it rolls in behind him. And that's a goal. Grizzly is not happy about that. It looks like Harrison did make a save, but the puck took a weird bounce off his shoulder and flew up and over him and then trickled in behind him over the goal line. So Canada takes a 1-0 lead. 16:27 to go in the first period. Now the Cohan line is back out there with George on right wing. And Lucas wins the faceoff. Carlos takes the puck deep into his own, trying to evade a Canadian player. And he passes the puck up to Michael Cohan on the left wing, who brings it into the Canadian zone, centers it for George, but that gets blocked by Price. Now Canada has the puck, works it back into the neutral zone. And they can't get a shot off. So Grizzly, our mascot, comes to us by way of my daughter. Now the Great Neck Bruins don't have a mascot, but when we were creating this team in NHL 22, we found out that you could create a mascot for your team. So my daughter took it upon herself to create the cute little teddy bear and named him Grizzly and gave him number 99. Well, number 99, of course, is retired throughout the NHL because of Wayne Gretzky. But we gave the number to him anyway because we figured that no other player could have that number. And Grizzly was kind of a double entendre. Ooh, big hit by Dan Larson there. Grizzly sounds like Grizzly Bear, but also somewhat like Gretzky. So we figured it was an homage to the great one, as well as a double entendre joke. And so our lovable mascot, Grizzly, thanks to my daughter, Leanna. And now Dan Larson has the puck, moves it across to center, enters into Canada's zone. Pass to Ben Whitney, who took a shot, saved by Price, who holds on to the puck. And there's Dan Larson, the Danish player from Copenhagen, Denmark. Big hit there. Friend of mine from Sam's Bar. And Larson led not only the team, but the entire league in goals scored this regular season with 64, earning him the Maurice Richard Trophy. As they take a shot, Harrison saves it and forces a stoppage of play. And there's John Tavares, a very controversial figure in this part of the islands. A lot of New York Islander fans are still very upset with him at the way he chose to leave the team. I, of course, bear no ill will towards him. I understand he was born in the Toronto area and wanted to return home to play for his hometown team. I wish him the best. Now Canada works it across the neutral zone, back into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, but that goes wide. Ben Whitney brings it around the back of the net and into the neutral zone. And that gets broken up by Canada. And now Tavares takes a shot. Saved by Harrison. And let me clarify my earlier statement that I wish Tavares the best. Just not in this game. And Pablo Mancebo tries to jam it home, but Price falls on the puck. As we see Tavares on the bench. And now we see Nigel Prime as he gets ready for the face-off. The Jowitz line is out there with Corey Helfrich on left wing and Al Messina on right wing. And Price stops play again. And there's Corey Helfrich, another dear friend of mine from my EMC and Dell EMC days. We were on the Tiger team together. He's a very fine hockey player, and he still plays in a hockey league in Detroit, Michigan, where he's from. And the puck leaves the zone. Stephen Cohan tries to turn it around, but he gets held up by a Canadian player and pinned against the boards. But here comes Al Messina with the puck on the right side. Dodges a player. Now Stephen Cohan has it. Passes over to Spencer, who takes a shot, but Price saves it and stops play. There's Spencer Jowitz, a dear old friend of mine from my high school days. We've been through a lot together, co-founders of RTP. As he takes the face-off and wins it. Shot on net, saved by Price. Now the Bruins try to work it out along the boards, but Canada takes the puck, brings it into the neutral zone and into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, saves Harrison, and he stops play now. There's Corey. He had a good shot there. And you'll notice that Grizzly, who typically wears his 99 jersey, tonight is wearing George Chen's 87 jersey in his honor. Shot on net, save Harrison. And Canada's working, looking for a shot. Shot hits the crossbar. And now George has the puck. And he circles to avoid a Canadian player. Passes it onwards. But it goes into the corner, and Nigel Prime is there with a big hit. But Canada recovers the puck. Angling for a shot. Big shot. Save Harrison. And now George has the puck again. Drops it off to Michael. Michael brings it into Canada's zone. And he's being chased. And Canada has the puck and brings it back into the Bruins zone. But that gets broken up. And here comes Michael Cohan on the left side. Back into the Canadian zone. Passes it to Lucas, but that gets broken up. And Canada's angling for a shot. And George hits him. And there's a delayed penalty against the Bruins. And Canada's still looking for a shot there. And finally the whistle is blown to stop play. It looks like boarding is the call. I'm not so sure I agree with that call. It looked like a fair hit. George doesn't like it either. But he'll sit for 2 minutes. And so the Bruins bring out their PK unit. Corey Helfrich takes the face-off with Toby Fenton on his left. And Ricky Aguirre and David Nelson on defense. Aguirre has the puck now and sends it all the way down the ice. Canada's back for it. With a big hit there by Toby Fenton. And it looks like there's another penalty on the play. And it is against the Bruins. Toby Fenton. I don't know. It looks to me like Toby was the one being held there. But he gets 2 minutes for interference. And so Canada will go on a 5-on-3 for a minute 46. As Oliver Mancebo takes the face-off. Canada angles for a shot. That goes wide. They still have the puck, looking for another shot. And there's a stoppage of play. And yet another penalty, and the crowd is not happy about this. As Oliver Mancebo heads to the penalty box. And that might have been slashing. If that were George, it would be smashing. And now Canada goes on a double 5-on-3 for a minute 37, which seems like an eternity. Shot, score. And that's exactly what you would expect. Which is why you would not want to give Team Canada a power play, much less a 5-on-3, much less a double 5-on-3. And the Bruins pay for that one. But let's hope that's the only goal. And because that was a double 5-on-3, they don't get a man back. The penalty to George Chen is over, but the Bruins will remain 2 men down. And Al Messina will take the face-off. And Al wins it. And now Carlos Perla has the puck, dumps it in. But Canada has it and brings it back into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, save Harrison. And Canada still has the puck. But now the Bruins send it all the way down the ice. 1:24 to go on the 5-on-3. And Canada brings it down. Working on a 3-on-2. Centers it. Shot. And they score again. Now Canada takes a 3-0 lead. Which will negate the penalty against Toby Fenton. But they still have a power play. As Oliver Mancebo remains in the penalty box. And so 1:26 to go on the Canadian power play. Spencer Jowitz takes the face-off, but Canada wins it, brings it back into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, save Harrison, who holds on to the puck. And now George Chen will take the face-off with Toby Fenton on his left. Nigel Prime on defense. Ooh, and Steven got slashed there, but Canada gets away with one. As the Bruins send the puck down the ice. George battles for it along the boards. Toby's chasing a Canadian around the net. And here comes Canada. A minute to go on their power play. Shot on net, score. Well, the Bruins were called for 3 quick penalty, and they paid for it all 3 times, as the score is now 4-0. The only good news is, now at least the penalties are over, and the teams will return to full strength. But the damage has been done. And let's hope that the Bruins can get one back to get them going. They've had a very slow go of it. And they will call for a goalie change. I'm not so sure I would blame Harrison for this. If you let Team Canada go up on a 5-on-3 for almost 2 minutes, this was bound to happen. But maybe it unnerved him a bit. And so he'll take a seat as Richard Faraci comes in. And Richard Faraci is actually our regular season starting goaltender. He won the Cup on Friday night, and I believe he thought he was going to have the evening off. He was dressed just in case he was needed as a backup. But his night off is over as he gets called in to take over and hopefully save this game. His brothers, Kevin and James Faraci, are both healthy scratches. They are in attendance tonight to see their teammate George's final game, as Canada scores yet again. And Grizzly is definitely upset. I was about to say that Kevin and James get to see their brother play in goal. But one of the first things they see is a goal scored against him. And again, just like I wouldn't blame Harrison for the 4-0 on 3 power plays, Richie's just getting into the net now, and I think he just needs time to warm up and settle in a bit. But needless to say, with 10:03 left in the first period, the Bruins are pretty far behind now. They've dug themselves quite a hole, and they'll have a lot of work to get themselves out of it. As they bring the puck into Canada's zone and apply the pressure, here's Ben Whitney now with a shot, but that gets broken up. And they're fighting for it in front of the net, but Canada gets it and brings it into the neutral zone. But he gets hit there, and they have to retreat to avoid the offsides. But they re-enter the zone now, trying to work it around to each other. Passing it around, tries to stuff it in, but Nigel Prime is there. And here comes Oliver Mansable around the net. Up ahead to Ben Whitney, who brings it into the Canada zone, but he gets caught up. And they battle for the puck. Nigel Prime has it over to Pablo Mansable, who takes a shot, but it's wide. Now they're battling for it along the corner. Spencer Jowitz. Ben Whitney comes in to help out. And he's fighting with a Canadian for the puck. Canadian wins the battle. But they're fighting again along the corner. But Canada's able to get it into the Bruins zone. But now Nigel passes along to Pablo, who gets hit from behind. Now he works it along to Ben Whitney, who's back in the neutral zone. Back into the Canada zone on the left side. Shot on net. Save Price. And they're fighting for it in the corner. Shot goes wide. Whitney tried to center it, but Price grabs the puck. As we see Spencer Jowitz. Now the Jowitz line is out there with Helfrich on the left and Messina on the right. There was some good pressure applied to that stretch of play. Looks like the Bruins are finally waking up a bit, as Messina chases Canadians around their own zone. But they eventually get the puck into the neutral zone and bring it into the attack as they fight along the boards there. Now Spencer Jowitz has the puck, and he's working it along, trying to work along the left side, but he has to retreat, being chased. He still has the puck, moving it into the neutral zone, cuts across the ice, enters from the left side, passes it on to Mike. That shot gets blocked, but Michael goes into the corner for it. Centering, shot, score! And Michael Cohan puts the Bruins on the board with a beautiful backhand shot. Assist from Spencer Jowitz. And here's Michael working towards the center on his backhand. Flips it up over Price's glove. Michael Cohan, my older brother, our starting left wing. 26-year veteran of the United States Navy. He will be retiring later this year. We thank him for his service and wish him a happy retirement. Now the Cohan line is out there. Lucas takes the face-off. George Chen is on the right wing. And Aguirre goes back into the corner for the puck. Passes it up to Michael. Michael drops it off, and the puck goes up to Lucas, who dumps it in the zone. Now Michael's chasing a Canadian, but the Canadians are able to work it out. But they have to retreat. And now they're into the attack zone. Shot on net, save Richie. Now Aguirre has the puck. Now Michael has the puck, crisscrosses with George, but the puck gets stolen by Canada, who brings it back into the attack zone. Angling for a shot through traffic. And they're still working it around the zone now, looking for an angle. Shot on net, save Richie. And now they're fighting for it behind the net. And the Bruins win the battle, sending it to Lucas on his way into Canada's zone now. But Canada gets the puck and goes back into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, save Richie. And now here come the Bruins. Lucas and Fenton. Lucas shot on net, goes wide. And they're battling for it in the corner. Canada works it out and re-enters the Bruins zone. Shot on net, save Richie. Now Aguirre has the puck. And he sends the Bruins on their way. And here comes Mickelson's. And Aguirre, shot, score! Ricky Aguirre makes the score 5-2, with Grizzly showing his approval. Assists by Mickelson and Stephen Cohan. So it looks like Aguirre's shot was blocked by Price, but the puck took a weird bounce, went in between his legs and into the net. And the puck's been doing some weird bouncing and rebounding tonight, so both teams are going to have to watch out for that. But we'll take it as the Bruins narrow the gap to 5-2, as we get a look at Aguirre there. A native of the Bronx, he's a man of many talents and many names. The NHL 22 announcers always seem to mispronounce his name, calling him Ricky Aguirre. And he also goes by the pen name when he's writing, Revo Vanson. Shot off the net, but hits the post. So Aguirre has 3 names, but all 3 of them are pretty badass. And here comes Canada. They dump it into the Bruins zone, probably trying to make a line change. And now the Bruins work it back into the neutral zone. And shot on net. And Al Messina's in the corner fighting for it. But Canada wins the battle. But Stephen Cohan is there and forces him to keep the puck into their zone. Big hit in the corner by Larson. And Canada enters into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, save Richie. And here comes Al Messina. And he sends it up to Spencer Jowitz, who takes a shot. Glove save Price, who will hold on to the puck to stop the play. As we see Richie Ferraci. The Ferraci family moved in across the street from me when I was a kid. And me and another boy on the block, Scott, we used to play hockey in the street. We put on our rollerblades, and he had a goalie net, and we would just skate and shoot for hours, tennis balls and such, into the net. And one day, Richie came over to us, and he asked if he could play. And Scott and I looked at each other and said, hey, we need a goalie. I think it would be a lot more fun and certainly more challenging than to shoot on an empty net all the time. So we said to Richie, how would you like to be our goalie? And he said, sure. As we get a look at Alex Cousin adjusting his helmet. And many years later, I saw Richie and his parents loading up his car with his hockey equipment, and I noticed that he was a goalie. And he played for the Great Neck Bruins, number 35. And he went on to play in college, too. He was a very fine goalie. And he was good even back when we played in the street. So when we formed this team, he was the obvious choice for our starting goaltender. And his brothers James and Kevin also played for the Bruins. James wore number 2. Kevin wore number 3. They were both forwards for the team. And so it's a pleasure to have all 3 Ferraci boys on our team. As the Bruins try to work it out of their zone now. And here comes Ben Whitney, tries to stuff it in, saved by Price. And here's Oliver Mansable, tries to pass it in, but Ben Whitney scores! And it looked like Oliver either tried to stuff it in, which forced a rebound, or he fed Whitney a pass and he was there to slam it home. Let's take a look at the replay there. And it looks like it went off Price's stick. Yep, he tried to stop it. So Price did save Oliver's shot, but he gives up a rebound, and Ben is there to slam it in the net. As the Bruins now make it a 5-3 game. And potential offsides makes the Bruins retreat. But now here they come again. Lucas enters his own on the left side. Into the corner. And he loses the puck. Canada has it now, but he's pinning the Canadian against the boards. Canada works it out into the neutral zone. And now Nigel Prime has the puck. And he works it back into Canada's zone, but Canada steals it. And reverse directions. Pass. Angling for a shot, but that gets broken up. And here come the Bruins on the attack, but he gets hit in the corner. That's George Chen. Now Steven hits a Canadian, loses the puck. Nigel has it along the boards, but he's pinned. And he passes it over to Michael, who comes and enters the zone on the left side, drives towards the net. Shot, but it gets blocked by Price. Michael goes into the corner to help out, comes out with the puck. On the backhand, shot, score! And Michael Cohen with his second goal of the period. Another backhand, and his backhand is lethal tonight. Price has no answer for it. As he brings the Bruins within one of Team Canada. It is now 5-4 as we look at that beautiful shot that beats Price on the glove side again. And so now the Dan Larson line is out with the Latvian-born left winger Richard Mikkelsen. Hard shot saved by Price. And there's Mikkelsen fighting for it along the boards. But Canada wins the battle, and he's on a breakaway. Shot saved, Richie. But Canada keeps it in the zone, angling for another shot. Another save by Richie. Looks like he's settling in now. And here come the Bruins. But Canada breaks up that play and brings it back into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, saved Richie. As David Nelson pins him against the board. Larson fights for the puck. Canada tries to stuff it in the net, but Richie falls on the puck. And now the Man Sable line is back out there. With Carlos Perla and Alex Cousin on defense. Canada angles for a shot, but that gets broken up as Pablo Mansable gives him a big hit. Now he has the puck, moving up into the right side. Enters his own, pass over to Oliver, shot on net, but Price falls on the puck. As we get a look at Pablo Mansable there. Big hit by Pablo. And he is making some immediate contributions to this team. His first game was our game against Russia a few months ago, and he scored a goal in that game. Shot saved, Richie. Another save by Richie. And now it looks like the Bruins will go on a power play. They're definitely settling in now. And so is Richie. 1:44 to go in the period. As Brad Marchand will get 2 minutes for interference. So George Chen will take the face-off. And Canada sends it all the way down the ice. Stephen Cohan goes back for it. And now George Chen has it, dumps it into the corner. Chasing Canadian, hits him, steals the puck. Tries to take a shot, but it goes off the post. Now Michael to George, but that goes wide. And now Canada's working it out of their zone into the neutral zone. They send it against the boards. Stephen Cohan goes back for it. And now here come the Bruins. Al Messina with a pass to George. Shoots, goal! And George Chen is on the board in his farewell game. And his teammates are loving it. Hugs all around. As the captain of the night ties up the game at 5. And the Bruins have battled all the way back in the first period. It's a new game. All mistakes before have been written off. Let's see what happens from here. So with the power play over, the Cohan line is back out there. Lucas takes the face-off and wins it. Nigel Prime has the puck. Evades a Canadian, sends it over to Michael, who brings it into the zone. Now George has it, goes to the net, looking for goal number 2, but it doesn't go. And here comes Canada. Shot on net, saved by Ritchie. And George is battling along the boards. Steven goes in to help and wins the battle. Gives the puck to Lucas, but he's being chased. And now Nigel has the puck. Sends it over to George, who brings it into the zone. 32 seconds left to go in the period. Michael has it. Goes for another backhand, but that gets blocked. George tries to stuff it in. Another shot, but that goes wide. And now Nigel has it. Feeds it over to George. George takes a shot, but that's saved. And now Canada works it out of the zone. 15 seconds to go. And they're angling for a shot, but saved by Ritchie. Rebound goes into the corner. Now Steven with a big hit. Tries to get the puck out. Sends it up the wing to George, who's working on the right side, but time expires. And there is the man, George Chen. And so this game is definitely living up to the hype. At the end of one, 5-5. It's anybody's game from here. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this.
Here's your beer.
Thanks.
She's so pretty.
You're welcome for that useful piece of dating advice. Welcome back for period 2. 20 minutes in the books, and we are underway. And Canada has the puck now into the Bruins zone. But the Bruins take it. Michael sends it over to Nigel, who's working it up on the left side. And the puck goes into Canada's zone. Centering pass, shot on net, but Price holds the puck and forces a stoppage of play. And there's Michael Cohan. 2 goals already on the night. And now Lucas gets ready for the face-off. And he wins it over to Nigel. Now Michael has it back to Lucas, but Canada intercepts it. And they're moving it into the Bruins zone. And they get hit in the corner. Steve has the puck now. And he sends George on his way. George is working it up the left side. Dumps it into Canada's zone. And now here comes Canada on the left side. Steve is there. Shot on net, but Richie saves it. And the Bruins can't get it out of their zone, but Canada is forced to retreat to avoid an offsides. And now Crosby brings it back in the zone, but he's hit by Nigel. Nigel has the puck now. And now the Bruins are working it into the neutral zone. And here comes Lucas. Tries to get around a Canadian, but he gets stopped. Canada intercepts the puck. Steven with a big hit there and steals the puck back. And now here come the Bruins. But Pablo's pass gets intercepted, and Canada takes a shot, but it's way too high. But they keep it in the zone, angling around for a shot. And that goes nowhere in traffic. And Tavares is trying to figure out what to do with the puck. And he takes too long. Pablo almost intercepts it. Now Crosby has it. And Canada waits too long and loses the puck as Lucas dumps it into the Canada zone. And here comes Canada back into the Bruins zone. Steven with a big hit along the boards. Nigel gets the puck and sends the Bruins forwards on their way. Shot on net, but that gets saved. Now Pablo's in the corner fighting for the puck. But Canada wins the battle and brings it back across the neutral zone and back into the Bruins zone. But they lose the puck. Now here comes Lucas. He's looking for a man to pass to. And now here comes Pablo on the right side, but he gets hammered. And the Bruins are not able to get it into the Canada zone. Canada fights right back into their attack zone. Shot on net, but saved by Richie. Richie saves it again and sends the Bruins on their way. But they have trouble getting it out of the zone. Now here comes Canada, charging the net. Richie saves. And another shot on net, saved Richie. Richie has faced multiple shots under high pressure and has come through. And now Canada's coming again. Another shot on net, saved by Richie. And a big hit there. And they're battling along the boards. Puck goes around the back of the net. Aguirre has it. But he gets obstructed by Canada. They got away with one there. Canada can't get a shot. And the Bruins intercepted it, but they can't get it out of the zone. And here comes Ben Whitney on the left side. But he gets hit. Puck is stolen. Canada re-enters with a shot, but that gets blocked in traffic. Now Pablo has it, looking for a man. And now Corey Helfrich has it, but he dumps it off to Toby Fenton. Toby gets hit along the boards. Or that was Lucas, rather. Aguirre has it, but he gets pinned along the boards in the back. Lucas comes to help out. He has the puck now. And now here comes Corey into the zone with Pablo. Shot, saved! And now Canada comes back, but they get hit. Carlos has the puck, but he gets pinned against the boards by the Canadians. And now here comes Spencer Jowitz. 1-on-3. He needs some help, guys. Shot, but it gets deflected. And now the Bruins keep it in Canada's zone. Shot by Corey, but that gets saved. Pablo's in the corner now trying to get the puck. Puck goes behind the net. Pablo has it. And they pass it along to each other. Carlos has it to Spencer. And now Pablo has it. Gets a shot off, but Price saves it. And holds the puck to force a stoppage of play. As we see Spencer Jowitz. Good pressure by the Bruins in that play. Good hit by Spencer there. And now the Larson line is out. Larson gets ready for the face-off. And the Bruins pass the puck, looking for a shot. Larson has it now, but he gets hit off the puck. And now Canada works it back into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, saved Richie. Richie dumps it off the side to Alex Cousin. Cousin has the puck back around the back of the net. Now Diane Larson has it, but he gets surrounded. And the Bruins dump it into the net, probably looking for a line change. but Canada works it back along the boards and into the Bruins zone. But the Bruins intercept it, and now they're back. Mickelson's has the puck, passes it to Larson, shot, that doesn't go. As Canada works it back into the neutral zone, Steven is going to cut him off, but he drop passes it to another Canadian. Shot goes off Ritchie's stick. Canada's angling for a shot, but the Bruins won't let them. And George with a big hit. It looks like he sent a Canadian reeling. Mickelson's is along the left boards, trying to get to the net, but the puck gets stolen. He gets it back over to George, but George gets obstructed. George looking for his second goal of the night. Big hit there. He is definitely having fun out there. Wish I was down there with him. And now the Cohan line is out. George on right wing. And Canada wins that face-off. They get the puck. They work it into the Bruins zone. But that gets intercepted. And now here comes Corey along the right side. But the puck gets taken back by the Canadians. Steve is there for a challenge. Hits him along the corner. Bruins have the puck now. And Al Messina passes along. Spencer has it, takes a shot. But Price saves it and hangs on. Jowitz has had some good opportunities. And now Jowitz's line is out there with Corey Helfrich on the left and Al Messina on the right. And Spencer wins the faceoff. Steven has it. Back to Al Messina, who goes around the back of the net. To Spencer. Shot on net. Save Price. Now Al is battling for it along the back, but the Canadians get the puck into the neutral zone. But now Corey has it, and he spins around. Tries to get it back out of the zone. He's working along the left side in the neutral zone into Canada zone. But they are offsides. As we get a look at Spencer adjusting his neck on the bench. We hope he's okay. We saw he had a quality shot there. And now the Mancebo line takes over. Oliver gets ready for the face-off. And Ben grabs the puck into the zone. Shot on net. Saved by Price, and he holds on. It's my dear friend Ben Whitney down there, number 23, inspired by Don Mattingly and Michael Jordan. Corey Helfrich usually wears number 23 when he plays hockey, but when he joined the team, Ben Whitney was already wearing that number, so he chose 33. And Canada goes offsides. Oliver ready for the face-off. 12:50 to go in the second period. Puck is dropped. Oliver wins the face-off. Puck over to his brother Pablo into the Canada zone. Maintains control, passes it off. But that gets stolen by Canada, who works it around the back of their net. And then crisscrosses over to the left side, to the right side, into the Bruins zone. Pass off, but that gets blocked. And now the Bruins have the puck again on their left side, back into Canada's zone. Oliver gets a shot off, but that gets saved by Price. And now Canada works it up the boards again. Alex rushes to meet him, obstructs his shot, and Ritchie hangs on to force a whistle. Alex Cousin of Quebec, playing against his countrymen and holding his own. And now the Cohan line is back out there with George Chen on right wing. And now George has the puck, working it up the right side. Drops it off to Lucas, who enters his own. Hit by two Canadians. George hits a Canadian in the corner. Lucas fights back, tries to get a shot on net. He scores! Lucas Cohan breaks the tie and gives the Bruins the lead for the first time in the game. That's my boy. Number 72, starting center of these Long Island Bruins. With a beautiful goal there against Price. Lucas wears number 72 because that was the first number he was ever given in sports. I believe he was 3 or 4 years old when he was playing Little League Baseball for Lindenhurst. And they gave him his jersey. And we saw it was number 72, and it was a bit odd. That's an odd number for baseball. It's more of a football or a hockey number. But I remember saying to him at the time, usually in baseball, players wear the numbers that are lower, single digits or, up to 20. I said, at least you can be reasonably sure that 72 is pretty uncommon, so whenever you want that number, you'll get it. So it worked out for the best, and that's why he wears that number now. And Richie holds on to force a stoppage of play. As we see Sidney Crosby. George's number 87 was inspired by Sidney Crosby. So it's pretty interesting to see them sharing the ice. And they're actually on the ice at the same time right now. So George is playing with one of his heroes. As Michael works it up the left side. And drops it off, or uses Nigel as a screen. Tries to get a shot off, but Price saves it. And Canada tries to work it out of their zone, working up the right side into the Bruins zone. Nigel's there with a challenge. Steve grabs the puck, and he carries it, passes it along to Nigel. Nigel enters the zone and tries to get a shot off. Price saves, and the puck gets deflected back into the Bruins zone. And now Toby Fenton is back for it. Passes it back to Steve, who works it out of the zone into the neutral zone. And now the Bruins are back in the attack zone. Larson takes a shot. But Canada grabs the puck, and they're working it back into the Bruins zone now. Chased by Mickelsons. And we see Stephen Cohan there. And Nigel Prime. Nigel originally from the St. Louis area, but grew up in Great Neck. As we see Aguirre's stats. Aguirre wore number 17 as a quarterback at his high school. But when he joined the Long Island Bruins, that number was not available because it was retired by the Great Neck Bruins. And so he chose number 8. It's a good number, and we hope it brings him luck. It certainly has tonight. He's played very well. And the Bruins have the puck. That's Oliver in the corner with Pablo fighting for the puck. Canada has it, but Pablo intercepts it, and he works it out of the zone. 1-on-2 as he enters the zone, but Canada disrupts it. And they dump it back into the Bruins zone. And Aguirre gets obstructed as he works the puck around the back of the net. Over to Oliver, who gets hit from behind. And pinned against the boards. Canada drives to the net, but Richie stops that. And now Pablo has it. And the Bruins are struggling to get it out of the zone, but they finally do. And now here comes Ben Whitney. But now Canada's working it back into the Bruins zone. Bruins race to get back. But Richie holds the puck to stop play as Carlos defends him from a Canadian attacker. The Bruins are playing much better in this second period, like there's a fire lit under them. That's what I like to see. And they're working it out of their zone. Al Messina dumps it in. It goes around the back. And Canada sends it up the boards. And into the zone, 2-on-2. Shot, Ritchie saved, and hangs on to stop play. And Canada shot, and they score. And it looks like that one went off the crossbar and behind Ritchie. Yep. That beat Ritchie up high. Hits the crossbar and goes in. Well, that was to be expected. You can't keep Team Canada down for long. We knew that they were going to answer back eventually. And now the Jowitz line is out there. And Alex Cosma has the puck, brings it into the Canada zone, over to Spencer, takes the shot. And now Al Messina is challenging him in the corner. Canada works it into the neutral zone. And they enter into the Bruins zone, but lose the puck. As David Nelson chases a Canadian. But they cycle the puck, looking for an angle. But the puck gets intercepted by the Bruins. And Carlos Perla brings it into the zone. Drops it off, but Canada intercepts it. And works it back the other way, into the neutral zone. Crosby brings it into the Bruins zone, but loses the puck. And now pass to the points. Ritchie saves. And now Crosby angles, passes it off. Crosby's looking for a shot, but he passes it. Ritchie saves it again. And Ritchie has been under a lot of pressure. And he's now performing like the goalie we all know and love. Cohan line is back out there. George Chen on right wing. Stephen Cohan on defense with Nigel Prime. And here comes Nigel into the neutral zone. Into Canada zone on the right side. But he gets hit, loses the puck. But Michael is there with a big hit. George goes into the corner trying to get it. Canada is desperate to get out of the zone. Passes it along, and they go into the Bruin zone. Steven is there with a big hit. Nigel's in the corner now. Pinned against the boards. They're fighting along the boards now. And the puck is frozen. Still not. Now Canada has it. Drives to the net. Shot, scores. And Team Canada has regained the lead, 7-6. And let's hope the Bruins don't lose that edge. It's very easy to get complacent, but they are now trailing. And they need to make up that goal. Cohan line is out with George on right wing again. Steve has the puck over to Michael, who enters the zone. But he's pinned against the boards. George comes to help out. But Canada has the puck, and they work it back into the neutral zone and into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, save Ritchie. Lucas goes back to challenge him. Another shot, Ritchie saves it. And Steven intercepts it. And they work it out of the zone. Steven's on the right side, brings it into the Canada zone, but he gets hit by two players. And Canada's working into the neutral zone, back into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, but it gets shanked. Nigel has the puck now. Steven goes behind the net. Big hit on the Canadian player, but he gets hit too. And now here comes Pablo. But Canada works it back into the Bruin zone on the left side. And Ritchie covers up the puck. 6:31 to go in the second period. And the Mancebo line is back out there. Oliver gets ready for the faceoff. Canada wins the faceoff. Shot on net, but it gets broken up in traffic. Aguirre hits him in the corner. Shot on net, but Richie saves it, but it takes a weird bounce. Luckily, Ben Whitney gets it. Tries to work it out of the zone, but retreats. And now they send Pablo on his way. He enters into the zone and drops it off for David Nelson, but Canada intercepts it. And Ben Whitney hits him. Puck goes behind the Bruins net. And Oliver now sends it to Ben, who gives it to Al Messina, who works it in on the left side, but he gets hit by a Canadian. Puck is stolen. Canada works it up the right side into the Bruins zone. But now here comes David Nelson into the Canada zone. Tries to get a shot off, but goes into the corner. Centers it. Shot, score! David loses the puck. Spencer Jowitz backhands it into the net. And now we know Price's weakness of the night. He just is not able to handle the backhand. And Spencer helps the Bruins tie the game again. 7-7, it's a new game. Now Spencer's line is out there. And David Nelson passes along to Messina. Back to Corey on the far side. Nelson has it again, tries to cut across, passes it to Spencer, but he gets hit by two Canadians. Canada steals the puck, works it back the other way, into Bruins zone. Shot on net, Richie has it, and covers it up. How you doing out there, Faracy? Looking good. And now Nelson and Aguirre are on defense with the Jowitz line. And pass to Canada gets obstructed. Here comes Al Messina in the center. 1-on-4. Corey puts it at the net. Al tries to stuff it in, but Price says no and stops play. Here's Corey Helfrich. Spencer gets ready for the face-off and wins it. Nelson gets hit hard. And now Canada works it back into the Bruins zone. Trying to get a shot off, but he gets blocked by Aguirre. Aguirre gets pinned against the boards. Puck goes around the back of the net. Nelson has it, but he gets hit. And Canada drives to the net, but Richie saves it. Aguirre now has it, trying to get it out. Over to Nelson. Nelson back to Aguirre, to Corey on the far side. And now here comes Aguirre with the puck, but he holds up. And looks like a battle along the boards. Here comes Canada, trying to get a shot off, but Aguirre plays perfect defense. He can't get a shot. Now Aguirre works it up the right side into Canada's zone. He's being pursued. Drops it off for Fenton. Shot, but it gets wide. And now here comes Canada on the right side, back into the Bruins zone. He can't get around Steve. And Steve creates a wall. A little trivia about Stephen Cohen. When he played for the Great Neck Bruins, he actually wore number 4. And as much as he loves hockey and he's great at it, baseball was his true calling. And eventually he played baseball for his high school, the Great Neck North Blazers. He was an amazing catcher, wore number 25, and pretty much broke every record they had. Shot by Fenton on the net, but it gets blocked. And then Stephen went on to college, and in Binghamton, they gave him the number 11. And he just fell in love with that number. And from then on, any team he was on, anything he did, any membership, he wanted to be number 11. he still plays baseball down in Houston, and he still wears number 11. So when I was forming the Long Island Bruins, in keeping with historical accuracy, I asked him if he wanted to be number 4, and he said, nah, my number is 11. And I said, okay, it's not the number you wore, though. And he said, yeah, I understand, but 11's the only number I want to wear. As we see Toby Fenton there. Toby had a great shot, but it was blocked. And anyway, so since Steven wants number 11, he gets number 11. And the Cohan line is back out there now. 3:10 to go in the second period. Canada has the puck, and they work it up the left side, back into the Bruins zone. Tavares is trying to get a shot off, drops off the pass, but that gets blocked by the Bruins. And Richie has to face the save, but Nigel has the puck, works it out of the zone, back into Canada's zone now. Drops the puck off for Michael, but Michael gets hit. Held up by Canada, who takes the puck and works it back down the ice into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, but it doesn't go. And Giroux brings the puck to the front of the net and is able to stuff it in past Richie. And so Team Canada regains the lead 8-7 now. And now the band Sable line is back out there with 2:34 to go in the period. Canada wins the face-off and enters into the zone. But it gets obstructed, and the Bruins come back the other way. Oliver brings it in with Pablo in front of the net. But Oliver gets pinned against the boards. Pablo comes to help out. Breaks the puck free. And now the Canada's trying to get it around, but Pablo in hot pursuit. Canada goes the other way, up the right side, and out of the zone. Into the Bruin zone, but he gets hit hard by Nigel. And now they fight in the corner. Steve has the puck. Pursued by Canada. He drops it off for Oliver, who works it out of the zone. And he has his brother Pablo and Whitney with him. Shots go! And Pablo Mancebo throws it into the net. Grizzly Bear loves it. As we see Oliver takes a shot, and Pablo's there to stuff it in. And we are once again tied 8-8. It is a new game, and still anybody's game. Great job, Pablo. 1:47 to go in the second period. Canada wins the faceoff and brings it into the Bruins zone. And they move towards the net. Shot. Richie saves. And it goes into the corner. Canada gets it. And now they drive to the net, but they're in hot pursuit. And they're fighting for the puck. Corey manages to knock it away, but Canada keeps it in the zone. Looking to drive to the net, but it gets stolen. And here comes Corey. 1-on-2. Hard shot, but it gets caught in traffic. And now Messina works it around the back of the net. Looking to center it, but Price grabs it and dumps it off to a Canadian player. And now the puck gets pinned against the boards, and they're fighting for it. Corey has it, looking to center it. Al Messina has it, but loses it to Canada. Corey's in hot pursuit. And Canada re-enters the zone. Carlson faces off with him, gets him to shoot wide. Carlson grabs the puck, works it up the right side, and back out of the zone. Sends it to Corey, who enters the Canada zone, takes a shot, but Price grabs it and holds on. There we have Spencer Jowitz. This is still anybody's game. We have a nice even matchup here, as Lucas faces off with Sidney Crosby. Canada wins the faceoff. And they work it up the right side, back into the Bruins zone. Into the corner. Michael's got him pinned against the boards. But the puck comes loose. Canada cycling into each other. Crosby has it, but loses control. And it looks like a delayed penalty against the Bruins. And this will be against Alex Cousin. With just over 22 seconds left to go. He gets nabbed for slashing. And so the Bruins PK unit is back out there. George Chen will take the faceoff with Toby Fenton to his left. And George wins the faceoff. David Nelson has it and sends it all the way down the ice, clearing it out of the zone. 15 seconds to go in the period. They try to clear it out, but Toby steals it. Shot on net. But Price hangs on for dear life. Toby Fenton of Bar Harbor, Maine. He is sicker than your average, but he loves it when you call him Big Papa. And now Chen takes the face-off deep in Canada's zone. And Toby's got the puck, angling for another shot. Drops it off to Aguirre, who takes the shot, but it's saved. Now the puck's in the corner, and time runs out on the second period. As we see Chen yet again. This is still anybody's game, 8-8. This one is a thriller, and it's going to come right down to the end. Big hit there by Nigel Prime. I hope you're enjoying this game. It is an exciting one. We'll be right back for the third period. Don't go anywhere.
I don't want to make it tough. I just want to tell you that I've had enough. It might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
5 calories, no artificial sweeteners, and taste amazing. Bye.
Welcome back. Please take your seats, like Alex Cousin, as we get set to begin the third period. George Chen faces off against Sidney Crosby, two number 87s, two captains of their team. Here we go. And George wins the face-off. Aguirre passes it over to Toby Fenton, brings it into the Canada zone, takes a shot, save Price. And Canada works it back out of the zone into the neutral zone. And he gets hit there by George. But they work it into the Bruins zone. Shot on net, save Richie. As he holds on to the puck. 1:19 to go on the Canada power play, held over from last period. As we see Fenton's great shot there. And we look at Sidney Crosby's numbers. As George faces off against his hero yet again. And wins the face-off yet again. Canada shoots. And George intercepts, and the puck gets sent all the way down the ice. 1:07 to go on the power play. Canada goes back for it. And they skate it out of their zone along the left side into the Bruins zone. And here they come. Shot. Save Richie. George goes into the corner to get it, but he gets pinned against the boards. As Nelson sends it all the way down the ice. 49 seconds to go on their power play. And Canada works it out of their zone again into the neutral zone along the left side. But that gets disrupted. They re-enter the zone now. Shot on net. Scores. Mark Chen puts it past Richie. For Team Canada to take the lead again. 9-8 on the power play goal. And now the teams are back to full strength. So aside from early on, when the Bruins dug themselves into a deep hole, ever since they got out of it, this entire game has been close. The lead keeps changing hands. It's been a close game. And I hope the Bruins don't let up now. as Lucas gets ready for the face-off. Canada wins it, and they bring it into the Bruin zone. And they work towards the net. Richie's got it, and he passes it over to Steve. Steve brings it up along the right side, into the neutral zone, and into the Canada zone. Drops it off, but Canada intercepts it and works back the other way. Into the Bruin zone now. Nigel challenges him against the boards. Lucas picks it up and sends it back to Nigel. Lucas takes it again. He still has the puck. Passes it over to Pablo. Pablo loses it to Canada. Canada works it back into the Bruin zone. And Nigel grabs the puck, works it up the right side. And he gets hit, but Lucas picks up the puck into the Canada zone. Takes a shot. Score! And Lucas Cohan with his second goal tonight. Ties the game again. Chris Lee is loving it. With assists by Nigel Prime and Stephen Cohan. Lucas fires it past Price above his blocker. And it is a new game yet again. Great job, Lucas. 18:07 on the clock. The Mancebo line. And Canada wins that face-off back into the Bruin zone. Centers it. Takes a shot, but it doesn't even get to Richie. It gets caught in traffic in front of the net. And now the Bruins work it into the neutral zone and back into Canada's zone. Shot on net, but that gets blocked. Puck is in the corner now. Whitney's fighting along the boards. He gets pinned. And the puck gets centered over to Price, who pushes it out. Canada gets it out of their zone, back into the neutral zone now. And they enter into the Bruin zone. Tries to get a shot, but Nigel blocks it. And Canada's working it along the attack zone. Passing it behind the net. Tries to get a shot. Richie saves it. Nigel works around behind the net again. And the Bruins work it up the left side. Whitney still has the puck. Passes it on, but that gets intercepted by Canada. And now Canada's working it back into the Bruins zone. Challenged by Nigel, who knocks it away. But Canada regains it. Big hit by Nigel. Canada still has it in the zone. Nigel hits another player. And now here come the Bruins. Pablo crosses through the middle. And the Bruins enter into the right side, but they get hit along the boards by Canada. And now Canada works it back into the neutral zone, back into the Bruins zone. Passes it, takes a shot. Richie kicks it aside easily. And now Steve has the puck, brings it up the right side and into Canada's zone. Centers it to Al. Al takes the shot. That's saved by Price. Price passes it along to Canada. And they send it up the ice and through the neutral zone now into the Bruins zone. And they still have control of the puck. Now Nigel has it in the corner. And he brings it up the left side. But now the puck goes to Mickelsons, who brings it into the zone. But he's pinned against the boards there. Fans want a call. They don't get it. And now Toby has the puck. Shot on net by Mickelsons. Price saves it. And there's Spencer Jowitz. Richard Mickelsons comes to us via the Coventry Cobras of England. We are very happy to have him. And the Larson line gets ready for the face-off. 15:55 left in the period. Score is 9-9. And Canada wins that face-off. But Larson pins him against the board. Canada player kicks it behind the net. And Canada works it up on their right side into the neutral zone. Cutting it back across to the left side, but he gets hit there by Fenton. And now Canada works it back into the Bruins zone. Shot goes wide. Fenton has the puck. Passes it all the way across. Big hit there. Mickelson was looking for a whistle, didn't get it. Now Nelson has it against the boards. He's pinned. Mickelson goes to help him. And now Fenton works it up the right side into Canada's zone, but he gets hit on the blue line. shot by Lucas on the net, but that's saved by Price. And now here comes Canada up the left side. Can't get it around the Bruins. Puck goes back the other way. Into Canada's zone now. Shot by Michael. And the puck goes in! George Chen gets his second goal of the night. And Grizzly loves it. Hugs all around. 2 goals on the night as George puts the Bruins ahead again. Can he get a hat trick in this game? It remains to be seen, but there is time left on the clock. George is having a spectacular farewell game. I only wish he was here to see it. 14:56 left in the period. Bruins up 10-9. Canada wins the faceoff, and they work it back into the Bruins zone. And he goes to shoot on Richie. Richie saves it. Lucas hits him in the back. And Michael works it out of the zone, but he gets hit there. Canada works it back, but he gets hit. And Canada keeps it in the Bruin zone. Charges to the net. Richie saves. Now Aguirre has it. And there's a fight along the boards. Toby goes to help out. Now Aguirre brings it behind the net. And the Bruins try to get it out of the zone. And they do. Michael's got it, but he gets hit. Now Michael has it again. Works his way into the Canada zone on the left side, but he gets hit. And now here comes Canada. Big hit center ice. And he's slow to get up. I believe that was a hit from Alex Cousin, saying "A" to his fellow Canadians. And Mancebo's in hot pursuit, hits him behind the net, but Canada works it back into the neutral zone. And here they come now. Shot on net, Richie saves. And Pablo's pinned him in the corner. As the Bruins try to get it out of their zone now, working it up the left side. Cousin gets tied up, and here comes Canada the other way. Cousin cuts him off, grabs the puck. In the corner, he gets pinned there. And Mancebo goes to help him out. But Canada keeps the puck behind the net. Aguirre with a big hit. Aguirre fights for the puck. Now Michael goes to help out. Pins Canada against the boards. Here comes Aguirre up the right side. Into Canada's zone. Centering pass. Shot goes wide. And here comes Canada back the other way. Shot on net, save, Richie. And the Bruins try to work it out. Back into the neutral zone on the right side. And here comes Al Messina. But he struggles with Canada. Loses the puck. Canada comes back the other way. But they lose control again. And here come the Bruins into the zone with Mancebo, Whitney. But they lose the puck and Canada goes back the other way. And shot on net, but Richie saves it. And now here comes the puck the other way. And this is indicative of how this game has gone. Just back and forth. Whitney's got the puck now. Over to Jowicz, who puts a shot on net, but Price saves it. And the goalies have certainly been tested this game. A lot of shots on both sides. 12:31 left to go. Bruins up by 1. Jowicz takes the face-off and wins it. Puck over to Nigel. Nigel centers it. Big hit by Canada. Canada tries to work it out now. Through the neutral zone into the Bruins zone. But he loses it to Steve. Steve is pinned up against the boards. Canada pulls the puck out around the back of the net. Centering. But that gets broken up. Big hit. But not before he puts the puck in the net. And Team Canada has tied the game yet again. This one will most certainly go down to the wire. But an even matchup between these two teams, this is really all you could ask for. This has been some exciting hockey. 12:09 left to go. This has been some exciting hockey, and that's really all you could ask for. I'm sure George would have loved this game. Canada works it back into the Bruins zone. And takes the shot. Richie saves and hangs on to the puck. 11:58 left to go now. Who will be the hero? And can the Bruins send George off with a farewell win? Nigel has the puck now. Passes it across the ice. Bruins work it out of the zone on the left side. Steven passes it up. But the Bruins lose the puck and have to regroup to avoid the offsides. Fenton's got it on the right side. Mickelson gives chase. And here comes Canada on the left side. But he's greeted there by a big hit by Larson. And Canada keeps it in the zone, but a huge hit, center ice. And here comes Mickelson. But he retreats, drops the puck off to Steve, gives it to Larson. Fenton enters the zone. But Canada works it back the other way. Big hit by Larson. And Canada makes a change as the Bruins bring it back into the zone. And now Canada works it up on the right side. Big hit in center ice. And here comes Fenton, but he gets hit. And Canada works it back the other way. Tries to get a shot off, but the Bruins block that. And now here comes Lucas on the left side. Tries to get a pass off to Nigel. Nigel takes the shot, but Price holds on for the whistle. 10:40 left now. Big hit center ice. Toby wanted a call on that one, didn't get it. And the Cohan line is out now. George Chen back on right wing. And he kicks the puck over to Steve, who takes a shot. It goes off the post. That was almost the go-ahead goal there. Now Canada works it in. They try to get a shot off, but can't get it. Lucas has the puck now, trying to work it up the right side. And now Michael has it on the left side. Takes a shot on net, but Price smothers it to force another whistle. And there is Michael Cohan. He's had a great night. 2 goals in the first period. As Oliver gets ready for the face-off. 10:18 to go. Oliver wins the face-off to Carlos. Over to Pablo, who gets hit. Now Ben has it, but he gets hit. Canada regains the puck. Brings it into the Bruins zone. Tries to get a shot off. It gets blocked. And Richie will cover it up. You see the hit there on Pablo. As Oliver gets ready for the face-off deep in the Bruins zone. And he wins the face-off. The puck goes behind the net. Ben Whitney has it now. Brings it back around the right side. Tries to clear it, but Canada takes it. But Richie covers it up yet again. And there is Sidney Crosby. As Oliver gets ready for another face-off. Bruins have won 40 face-offs tonight against 31. They are doing very well, holding their own against Team Canada. But Canada keeps the puck in the zone. Shot on net. Richie holds it and covers it again. Richie's doing a much better job than earlier. Both goalies have been giving up, all 3 goalies have been giving up some crazy rebounds all night. The puck's just been doing weird things, but Richie's been very good about glove saving and smothering the puck and not giving up those crazy rebounds, which could make all the difference in the end. We'll see what happens. The puck has a mind of its own tonight. That much is certain. And here comes Spencer back into Canada's zone. Takes the shot. Price covers it up. Price also has been more mindful of not giving up crazy rebounds. So these last goals of the game, whoever wins, it will be hard fought. As Crosby lays out Cousin there. And we look at Corey Helfrich's numbers. And Canada wins that face-off. And they take it into the neutral zone, into the Bruin zone now on the left side. Centering pass. Shot on net. But it doesn't go. Another shot on net. Ritchie saves that one. Canada keeps it in. And it goes into the corner. Centering pass. And he moves in position. Passes it to the point. Passes it yet again. Looking for a shot, but can't get it. They keep cycling. Shot on net. And now the Bruins look to get it out of the zone. Al Messina is trying to find someone to pass to. But he takes it himself up the right side and back into Canada's zone. Looking to center it to Aguirre. To Nelson. Hard shot. But it's saved by Price. And now Messina centers it. Shot by Spencer. But Price covers that one up as well. 8:36 to go. There have been some great opportunities by both sides and some amazing saves by all three goalies. And Lucas gets ready for this face-off. And Canada wins this one as they work it up their right side. Centering to the neutral zone, and now they're into the Bruin zone. Shot on net, Ritchie saves. Puck's in the corner now as Michael tries to pass it out. And now Aguirre has it, working up the right side. And he gets caught on the blue line. Bruins have to retreat to avoid the offsides. Aguirre has it again, sends it up to Michael, into the zone. Shot, but it gets blocked. Into the corner now, they're fighting for it. Lucas goes to help out, but it goes right past him. And now Canada gets caught in the middle of the line change. Players jumping out on the ice, getting knocked on their butts. Lucas puts it on the net. And now Tavares has it. Works it up the left side. And they're back in the Bruins zone, but Steven breaks that up. And now here comes Pablo to Lucas, but that gets broken up by Canada. Canada works it up on the right side. And Steven has the puck now. And he goes behind the net with it. Looking for someone to pass to, drops it off. And now it's up to Ben Whitney, who centers it to Pablo, takes a shot. And Price holds it for the whistle. And now Oliver gets ready for a face-off deep in Canada's zone. And he wins the face-off. Shot by Steven. It knocks him off balance. And the puck's in the corner now. They're fighting for it along the boards. Oliver's fighting. Canada gets it. Oliver's giving chase as Canada works back into the neutral zone and into the Bruin zone. Trying to get a shot off. Tries to stuff it in. Ritchie doesn't allow it. And they're trying to get it now to the center. Shot. But that's saved. Steve ties him up in the corner. Ben Whitney comes to help out. And now Canada rushes the net. Saved by Ritchie. 6:51 to go now. And Ritchie sitting there thinking, this was supposed to be my night off. Well, you're doing a great job, Ritchie. Keep doing it. And Canada wins that face-off. But the puck goes out of the zone and into Canada's zone. Here comes Ben Whitney in the center. Shot. Saved by Price. And now here comes Canada back the other way. Nigel's ready for him. Hits him along the boards. And Steve grabs the puck, sends it across the ice to Oliver. Drops it off for Nigel. And the puck almost goes in, but Ritchie saves it. Ritchie with an amazing save. Kept the game from becoming 11-10. As Nigel is doing what he can to clear the bodies away from the goalie. Really an amazing effort by all the Bruins tonight. I could not be more proud of this team. Now let's win this one, guys. As Oliver wins the faceoff. Bruins work it out of their zone into the neutral zone. Into Canada's zone on the right side. But he gets hit there. Ben Whitney goes to help out. Big hit along the boards. Ben takes a shot on net. And here comes Canada the other way. Aguirre is ready for him. And now Pablo breaks it up. Nelson passes it up along the front. And there's a delayed penalty against Canada. And Richie skated to the bench so they could have an extra skater. Shot on net. That gets blocked. Corey's got it in the corner. And here comes a power play for the Bruins. As Nathan McKinnon will go off for 2 minutes for interference and think about what he's done. And so George Chen will take the face-off as the Bruins go on the power play. And Al Messina has the puck behind the net. He's getting pursued by Canada, looking to center it. Pass to Lucas, shot wide. And now George is challenging in front of the net. Back to Lucas, takes a shot, but Price saves it as Canada sends it all the way down the ice. And Alex Cosman is back for it. And he sends it all the way back down the ice. George is in pursuit. And the puck goes back into the Bruins zone. Alex Cosman has it again as they send it up along the right side. Lucas brings it in, but he gets hit hard. Lucas is a bit shaken up, checking his helmet. He wanted a whistle there, and I don't blame him. That was a pretty rough hit. He's on the bench now. Hope he's okay. And now Dan Larson's out. Takes the face off. Canada wins that one, and they send it down the ice again. 1:15 to go on the power play. And there's Nigel, sends it back up. And now here comes Spencer into the Canada zone. Shot on net. Spencer goes back into the corner for it. Tries to center it. Over to Steve. Over to Nigel. Nigel takes the shot, but that's wide. And now Larson tries to put it on the net, but it doesn't go. And he works it back to Nigel. Over to Whitney. Takes the shot. Saved by Price, but he's able to knock it away from behind him. That puck nearly went in behind him like it did to Harrison earlier, but Price is able to kick it aside. Steven is back behind the net for it now, and here come the Bruins along the left side with Spencer passing it to Larson. And now here comes Steven. Hard shot, but that gets broken up. Whitney tries to put it on the net, but that gets saved. Spencer tries to put it on the net, but that also gets saved. And Canada sends it all the way down the zone again. 15 seconds to go on the power play. And here comes the Bruins on the right side into the zone. Charges the net, but he loses control of the puck. As Spencer passes it to Steve. Steve passes it back. Shot, goal! Puts Bruins ahead, 11-10. Just after the power play, but it doesn't matter. Whatever gives us the lead. Assists by Stephen Cohen and Nigel Prime. That is a beautiful goal. Great job, Spencer. He's had a hell of a night, too. As Oliver gets ready for the face-off. Canada brings it back into the Bruins zone. On the right side, centers it, but he loses control of it. Now here come the Bruins. Ben Whitney works it up on the right side. Into the Canada zone. Tries to center it. Shot by Oliver. He scores! That was Pablo. It looks like he got Oliver's rebound and was able to put it in the net. Assists by Oliver and Whitney. Here comes Whitney to Oliver. Shoots. Price saves it, but Pablo stuffs it in just like earlier this evening. Awesome job. That is a great line out there. Great job, guys. Take a rest. It's well earned. And now the Cohan line is back out there with 3:34 to go. Lucas wins the faceoff. Nigel has it over to Michael. Back to Lucas, who walks into the zone on the left side. Centering pass, but Steven gets hit. And Price holds that puck for the whistle. That hit on Steve really should have been a call. Canada's been getting away with a lot tonight. 3:20 to go in the game. And Lucas gets hit yet again. He seems to be getting targeted out there. Glad he's okay as he gets ready for the face-off. And he wins that one. Over to Nigel, to Michael, back to Michael. But they lose control of the puck, and here comes Canada into the Bruins zone. Shot! Richie saves and smothers it for the whistle. 3:07 to go. There's George Chen having a great farewell game. Bruins up by 2, but can they hold on to it? 3 minutes is still an eternity with this Team Canada. The game has been going back and forth all night. You got to play a full 60 minutes. Never let up. The way I see it, you never protect a lead. You just keep trying to score. As we've seen this game, no lead is safe. Or as Toby Fenton likes to say, no outro is safe. And Price covers up the puck yet again. George Chen, you are really outdoing yourself. This is a memorable game for the ages. I just wish you were here to see it, buddy. You would love this one. Oliver Mansable gets ready for the face-off and wins it. Puck to Aguirre, who sends it across to Nelson, deep into the zone. And now Pablo has it, looking to center it. But Canada takes it, goes cross ice and up the left side. But they can't get it out of the zone. Now they finally do. And they carry it into the Bruins zone. But he's greeted there by Nelson, who breaks up that. And Richie grabs the puck to force the whistle. 2:26. And we see Michael Cohan's stats there. And Canada wins that face-off. Bruins are getting pinned against the boards. No call. And here comes Lucas and Michael in the left side. Centering pass to George. Michael tries to stuff it in the net, but Price stops him. And here comes Canada the other way, but they get caught up. Lucas chases him. Puck goes back into the Canada zone. But Canada's able to work it back out into the neutral zone. Big hit there. As the Bruins get it back out of their zone and into the neutral zone. And bring it into Canada's zone, but Canada steals the puck. George is giving chase. And Canada works it towards the net. But he can't get the shot off. Aguirre kicks it into the corner. Aguirre's playing great defense tonight. Takes the puck. Kicks it behind the net. Nelson's there in the corner. Passes it up to Oliver. To Michael. Oliver's got it now. Enters into the zone with George. But they lose the puck. And Canada works it back up on the left side. Centering pass. But he can't get the shot off. Shot goes wide. And now Canada pulls its goalie with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go for the extra attacker. Remember, no outro is safe. And the Bruins put it away here with an empty net goal as Richie holds on to the puck. 58.8 seconds to go. And there's Tavares. An empty net goal should seal the deal. Otherwise, 58 seconds is still an eternity. Do not take this Team Canada for granted. Canada wins the faceoff, angles for a shot. Passing it. Shot! And they score. As I said, no outro is safe. And Grizzly cannot believe it. Canada is down by 1 with 53.8 seconds to go, which is more than enough time to tie up this game and send it into overtime. And after the great game that the Bruins have played, that's the last thing they want right now. The only way to be sure is to close them out. Come on, boys. An empty net goal should seal the deal. And Canada works it back into the Bruins zone on the right side. And they pull their goalie yet again for an extra attacker. 44 seconds to go. Shot on net. Ritchie's got it and he holds on. 40.6 seconds to go. And they are pulling out all the stops. Now it's time for the Bruins to do what they can to make sure they do not tie up this game. Send one into the empty net and send Team Canada home. And they block the shot. Al gets hit in the corner, loses the puck. Canada regroups and re-enters the zone. Big hit on the right side. Shot on net, but Ritchie saves it. Now Nigel has it. Can he put it into the net? Take a shot, but he gets hit before he gets the shot off. Sends it around the back of the net. And here comes Stamkos up the center. Shot on net, save Ritchie. 9 seconds to go. And Stevens got the puck. He tries to get it out, working it up the right side. And he's holding the puck. 1 second to go. Time expires, and the Bruins have won it. And they send their teammate George off in style. What a great win all around. Guys, you should be proud of yourself. What a great game. Everybody gave 110%. And they hold on for the win. George, we love you, buddy. And I hope that wherever you are, you watched this game and you enjoyed it. And for those of you at home, please stick around to watch the montage of George's greatest moments immediately following the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching another edition of Long Island Bruins hockey. Have a great night.
He almost lost it for a second there, but regains control of the puck. Whoa! He scores! Even undermanned, they deliver! Chen's playoff production is so impressive. Among the best in the league in goals here in this playoff season. Moves it quickly over to Chen. He scores! What a goal! Everybody likes to think of themselves as a little bit of a clutch performer. If you score at this time of the year, you are that. Blocked in traffic. Wow. Scores on the rebound. He pops it. The rebound's there, and he cashes it in.
Goalie gave up the rebound, and he jumped right on it to get that secondary opportunity, guys. That's just Crease Crasher superstar ability. He came up big there.
It is all over. What every single one of these players played for, Stanley Cup champions ring. And as they gather for the team photo, there are your Stanley Cup champions.